Justin's Barbershop was established in 2005, and in its first 10 years, it grew to 5 strong locations, was featured on national television, and became a franchise. But it all started way back when, in the garage.
I'm going to take you guys on a little bit of a tour. Garage barbershop here. It's kind of funny, there's still a couple things left over from the barbershop, but it really doesn't look like the barbershop anymore. But it's still kind of cool for you guys to see, you know, where this whole thing started. So I'll take you guys inside. When I was 13 years old, my friend, he went to the mall and got a butchered haircut. He came home, he was like, you know, is there anything you could do with this hair? So I had a rusty old clipper in my bathroom. I was like, let me see if there's anything I could do with it. So I started, like, you know, flicking the hair and everything. Started realizing, wow, this is how you actually fade, and I fixed his haircut.
One day he says, Dad, I'm gonna give you a different style, and he comes with his buzzer and just buzzes my hair right down the middle. And all of a sudden I'm like, what just happened? Well, I bet you better take the rest of my hair off, because he said, yeah, it's a great style.
I remember one time in particular, it was Christmas morning. He just got a new buzzer. I did not want to get my hair cut. It was the last thing I wanted to do. And then I remember fast forwarding a couple years later when he had a bunch of clients and I'd be begging him to cut my hair and he would be refusing to do it.
It got crazy. People would be here to midnight and there'd be cars lined up waiting for him. I was surprised that none of my neighbors complained, but the neighbors' kids came too to get their hair cut.
And sometimes you forget this was it. This is where it all started, at this particular barbershop right here. This was the barbershop.
And it just got to the point, I said, you're busting out of this garage.
We have no garage and there's kids hanging out here all night. You have to open your own business.
At this point I had doctors and attorneys and, you know, all types of walks of life coming to this garage barbershop. We came in with a white spray paint can and spray painted all the windows here because the glare was coming in. One of my friends who pretty much lived in this garage, he was here every single day. There was a couple of those guys that would just hang out here every day. He hung this light over here.
It was time to move out, he knew it, and the idea was to look for a shop.
When you open a business or you do something, you already have something in your mind that you're going to be in a certain position that you're not actually in when you get there. It was like 2 barbers there. It was me and some older guy who was like 50-something years old, who kept demanding more money. And I had a younger guy who I wanted to teach.
And it just took off from there. After about 8 to 10 months, we all had followings and we were busy.
First challenge is getting people through those doors. The second hardest part of it is always staffing.
Thank you, Jay Roman, for everything you do.
I've never made this much money in my entire life in a barbershop. It's been a great experience. I'm spiritually and mentally in the best place in my life, and I would say I owe it to the opportunity I was given through Justin's Barbershop.
The group of guys is, when I first started, I think that's what made me so successful where I'm at today, because it was like a family.
Who I wanted to be, morals and stuff like that. He helped me out a lot, the shop, everyone around you. You know, they all good people, you know what I mean?
It's crazy how many people we could draw out and how much we could raise for a certain charity.
It really was a great day, and we got some good proceeds going towards Angelina, you know, for the cancer fund, and we're just happy that everything turned out really well today. Again, 11 years later, it's like, wow, 5 locations that are strong.
So now it's just time to find the right candidates and just kind of duplicate the process over and over.
The end goal for all barbers would be to have that security of opening your own shop.
And obviously, you become a barber, you always dream of having your own barbershop.
So right now I'm just focused on saving money and hopefully saving up for my own Justin's Barbershop franchise one day. I feel like I would accomplish something that most kids would never accomplish in their life. I would probably open the door, walk in, and drop dead of a heart attack. That's how excited I would be. But in all seriousness, I would like to motivate the barbers that look up to me and push them to the level where I'm at, so we could all be on the same team. And hopefully I can make someone working for me more successful than I am as an owner one day. Shortly after the previous interview, I kind of went home, talked to my parents.
He said, listen, Dad, what do you think? I said, let me look at it, And I shot him down 1,000 times and 1,000 other ideas.
We always said, John, you'd be a perfect franchisee for us because you're motivated and you're very mature for your age.
So flashing back to about 6 years, this is where it all started. This is where the magic happened. This is where, I started working on my dream. to open my own barbershop one day.
I would come home and somebody would have some crazy design in their head or have patches, and I would scream.
Sometimes in this small, 200 square foot room, 6 to 10 people waiting for haircuts at a time.
So when he came to me with this opportunity, it kind of made sense. You know what I mean? It made sense for him to do this. This is his natural path.
This is it. This is where my clients came in. I greeted them, had a little waiting room, and just went to work. I feel comfortable with the brand, and Justin's is what I want to move forward with. And we try to make it happen, and it just all fell together.
When you see like your employees doing well and being able to buy a house and support their family, that's probably the most rewarding thing to me.
So far as a franchise owner, it's been crazy. 23 years old, owning my own business. So at first I was like a deer in headlights, but the right support from my family and my mentors being Justin and Tim, it fell together quite smoothly.
Being in the business my whole life, you don't always see kids that are so committed and dedicated and hardworking.
Anything I needed, any questions I had, Tim and Justin were just there.
When you see somebody sign on board with you, you feel like they're accomplishing something as well, because you're going to teach them and give them all the support that they need to get to the point where hopefully they own 5 to 10, 15 shops someday, which is very possible when you're a franchisee. I'd like Justin's to be a national brand. I'd like to just expand out as much as we could, and Justin's become a household name. That's pretty much it. That's where it all began. Justin's Barbershop empire. So.